Today I'm going to talk about tone. When we when we engage in traditional conversation, such as face-to-face communication or on the phone, it's easy to determine the tone of the other person. You can hear it in the tone of their voice or by their body movements. So if I was having a conversation with someone and they were angry and their face was red and they were yelling, I'd be able to deduce that they were angry, even without listening to the words they're actually saying. That's what makes deciphering tone in traditional conversation so much easier than deciphering tone in written communication. So, when we use writing, the important thing to conject the tone is to remember who's going to read the piece, the purpose of the piece, and the diction used within it. So, for instance, writing a lab report, the writer would avoid first and second person. They would only use third person point of view and pronouns in order to maintain a professional appearance. And also, they would use technical vocabulary that would be understood by people in the field in order to have them understand how the experiment happened. The purpose of a lab report is to explain to a group of people who have knowledge of the subject how you created the experiment and what steps you exactly followed, so that they would be able to go and essentially perfectly recreate your experiment and hopefully get the same results. One important thing to note about tone is it is a concept that is easily created. You can create a tone in anything, but it's also easily misconstrued if you don't put enough attention to the piece, if you don't proofread properly, or if attention isn't taken to make everything uniform. So, for an example of tone, we're going to use the exercise 20 on page 119, the first subject, where we're going to rewrite the snafu paragraph that was featured in the text. The original paragraph had a witty, sarcastic, tongue-in-cheek tone, so we're going to write it to be a more neutral tone. This is my rendition. The federal government had to reimburse and mail an apology letter to nearly 51 million American citizens last month who did not receive the correct amount of money in their Social Security checks. Bureau of Labor and Statistics reported that due to a miscalculation, the citizens received 2.4% cost of living expenses instead of the projected 2.5%. The 0.1% difference amounts to about $12 to $19 for each recipient. It's been reported that some people were also sent financial information about their neighbors. So, my correction of the article, it removed a lot of the sarcastic kind of tone. The sentence that was in the parentheses that said, "Oh, I wonder how much it took to reprint all the information." So I basically toned it down and I made it a lot more neutral, as you would find in probably a newspaper or something of that nature. So that's all for tone. Thank you. See you later.